Welcome, everybody, to the first official Talkin TV fall movie draft. We have had drafts sort of in the past before. I believe we did one back in 2021 for like our favorite and least favorite best picture winners, but this is our first official draft, sort of kind of in the style of Ringer, sort of kind of in the style of fantasy football. So I am, of course, our host, Dom the movie nerd, Rizzy, and we are going to be drafting and kind of giving attention to all of the up and coming fall movies. Summer is pretty much officially over. We are about to get into September. We have got a big lineup of fall movies coming this year. So without further ado, let us get to my cadre of hosts. Starting to my left, right, sort of, we have my Talkin' Lost co-host, Luke of Luke Reviews. Luke, happy to have you here. Introduce yourself and let us know which of the fall movies and just in general, what about the fall is it that you are looking forward to?
I'm Luke of Luke Reviews, mainly the co-host of Talkin' Lost these days. In terms of fall, I love the cozy fall vibes. I love the spooky Halloween vibes. But in terms of movies, I shall not reveal which ones I'm looking forward to, because that will spoil my picks. But this is the beginning of award season when all the real movies come out, of course, which I see none of. I have to watch them on my laptop in the middle of January. So that's my experience with these awards contenders. But there's plenty of also movies that come to me this year as well. So we'll get into that.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of gotta love the international release strategy that A24 and Neon takes with most of these movies. Oh, we love to hear it. All right, next below him we have first time on the channel and probably the only one of us here that has any professional, semi-professional experience with sports drafting of any kind. We have Pat Sweeney. Pat, you and I saw Nosferatu this past Christmas together. Just introduce yourself to the channel, tell them what you're all about, and tell them kind of how long you've been in this game as well.
I'm Patrick. That thing about the fantasy draft stuff, that's a complete lie. I have no idea what I'm doing. But otherwise, yeah, man, I just I usually try to go see movie every Thursday at the Alamo, and I try to get other stuff. And so yeah, I usually keep up pretty well. But yeah, can't wait for the fall season. Better stuff comes out. So yeah, it should be a good time. Thanks for having me.
Got it. Do you have one movie overall that you're looking forward to above all the rest that are coming out this fall?
I'm gonna take Luke's strategy and just not tell you guys anything. Yeah,
very smart, very smart.
Yeah,
I like it. You guys are already on the same page. This is what I love about the people I have on this podcast. Next to him, oh man, Mac. I already love that you're taking off after Jack's strategy right there. We have Mac of Mac Movie Reviews, one half of the M&K podcast. Mac, introduce yourself to the audience and also what you're looking forward to the most about this fall movie season.
So I've seen Draft Day with Kevin Costner, so I'm going to give you all a false sense of hope. I'm really excited for Conjuring Last Rites, even though I fucking hate the Conjuring series. So that's my strategy. I'm giving it away, but it's happy to have you. I do film reviews. I just took my first vacation in 2 years. Slowly getting back into things. I'm trying to go see Weapons to try to catch up, and just excited for the fall. I'm a birthday fall guy, so looking to end the rest of the year with some good movies.
Hell yeah, absolutely. That's what I love to hear. Good to have you back on, Mac. And next to him, also first time on the channel, but not the first time that we have hung out. He is going to be going to Toronto with me when we go for Toronto International Film Festival next week. Mr. Jack Uffer, a.k.a. the CEO of Sex. Jack, happy to have you on. Introduce yourself to the Talkin' TV audience and also let us know what you're looking forward to the most about the fall movie season.
Hello, guys. This is Jack, and I don't have a pick right now because I'm gonna keep it in secret. But I will say it's probably something that I will be seeing at Toronto Film Festival. But you know what? I've just been doing a lot of YouTube stuff and just been active on Letterboxd for the past couple years. So I'm just really happy to be here. Thank you, man.
Of course, happy to have you on. I was glad that you were able to make it. And of course, next to me, my my Actors Hall of Fame co-host, my best friend since we were 8 years old. He's been staying with me this past week, and one of my ride or dies, Dustin, the Duster Mason. Dustin, introduce yourself and let us know what it is that you're looking forward to the most about this upcoming fall movie season.
Not that there's the Duster in the flesh, everyone. It's good.
We are not hearing that.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, it's low.
Use this one.
It's the Duster in the flesh.
There you
go. And yeah, that's why they weren't hearing me before. But yeah, I'm not gonna say any of my picks right now, obviously, because that's stupid. But yeah, to say what to back up what Luke was saying, it's not that this is when real movies come out. This is when actually better ones come out. Because I don't want to discount all the filmmakers out there that make movies, but yeah, I'm psyched for this. Let's get into it already.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get into it. So I have a feel that we're going to be doing that back and forth. So, gentlemen, as I explained it to all of you up until this point, we are drafting in 5 categories. We are going to be drafting a blockbuster. We're going to be drafting an Oscar contender. We are going to be drafting an auteur filmmaker. We are going to be drafting a horror thriller, and we are going to be drafting a wild card. The rule is once a movie has been drafted, it is officially off the board. So we will have officially 5 slates in each of those categories. I also pulled up a little wheel in order to decide who will be going and what the order will be. We will be drafting in snake order. If I know anything about Super Bowl drafting that I looked up all of last night, then it will be something along those lines. Let me make sure that I share my screen. You guys can all see that. Oh, yeah, I told you about the categories. I've told you about this multiple times. All right, so let us get this order going. You gentlemen can all see the wheel. Everybody who is watching. Oh, no, it cut off Pat for a second. That's fine. He'll be back in 5 seconds. All right, cool. As long as you can see it, that is what matters. All right.
Yep.
Going first in the draft. All right, I guess
Rigged.
damn it.
Ah,
I knew this was
yeah,
gonna
all
happen.
right.
I knew this
Host
was gonna
advantage.
happen. I knew this was gonna happen. This happens every time. The host always gets first. All right.
Yeah.
Going second.
It's gonna be you again.
Watch.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Mac, you will be drafting second. All right. Going third.
Well, this is an issue.
I swear to God, I did not just set this up beforehand. Okay, come on. This is getting ridiculous here.
Can you remove the names?
I might have to. I just realized. All right, Jack, you will be drafting third. All right. Now you are right. I am going to be removing all the names for everybody who is already gone. All right, for the last 3. Oh, shit. All right, Luke, you'll be drafting 4th. Okay. That leaves it between Pat and Dustin for who will be doing last. Okay, I don't know why it's not modifying. All right, Dustin, and then
All right.
Pat, you will be last on the draft. So, all right. Oh, man, I got to go first. Man, so much pressure. All right. What will I be drafting first? Now, do I want to go the route where I benefit myself, or do I go the route where I kind of take one big one off the board and kind of fuck everybody else over? What do I do first? As I'm going through my list, Oh, man. What to pick. All right. I know which one I'm doing first. For my first selection of the draft, I'm going to be drafting in the category of auteur director. And for this category, I still don't know if I'm screwing myself over completely for the fall or if I am doing something that will potentially fuck the rest of you guys over. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, this is all new for me. But for my first pick for the draft, I'm going to be doing in the category of auteur director. I am picking one battle after another. Paul Thomas Anderson. Movie number 10. This movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, Alana Haim, Tiana Taylor, and Regina Hall. This movie will be being released at the end of September. And I believe this will be the first official adaptation of Thomas Pynchon's Vineland, which I believe he also kind of sort of did that for Inherent Vice, right? If I'm not mistaken. So this that was a book. So this is what he's also adapting it. Like I'm confused by this.
This is more loosely adapted because it's not called.
Got it. Okay, that makes more
he
sense.
did an interview with Leo in Variety where it was like Leo never like read Vineland, but it's like partially Vineland or something like that.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because that was the thing that I was confused about when I first was hearing about this. I'm like, wait a minute, like he's adapting Vineland. Didn't he already do that for Inherent Vice? But yeah, that is my first choice. Auteur director, one battle after another. So that is officially off the board. So next choice, Mac, we are going over to you. What are you drafting and in what category?
So I'm gonna copy you and do auteur director.
Okay.
So for my pick, this is one where I'm choosing this for more perverse reasons, because this can go two ways. This can either be a film that defines an actor's new take on his career and a director who's really trying to make a name for himself, or it can backfire and he can go right back to what he was doing. I'm gonna go with Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine.
All right.
This is a film where, I'm a big wrestling fan, so I've seen if a film doesn't do good, The Rock will go right back to WWE. That's what he did for Black Adam last year. And I've had people who've seen it early. Oh boy, I've heard some.
Oh boy,
I've heard some stuff about it, but I think the consistent thing I've heard is that The Rock at least tries. So I guess that makes me excited to see he does better with this type of role, because this is the most serious role he's done probably since like Gridiron Gang, I'd say, like when he's actually serious. So it'll be interesting. And he looks like he transformed his body, and I've seen the original documentary about Mark Kerr, and it seems like that they're just making this a movie format of that, which it looks interesting. So I'll go with Smashing Machine.
Okay, got it. Smashing Machine officially for auteur director for Betty Safdie. Yeah, I saw the early stills, and I'm like, how much of that is makeup and prosthetics? And from what I've heard, it's basically like, it's like it's The Rock's wrestler, and that's another one of those trailers where I'm like, I saw it a bunch, and I'm like, he's trying to get the Oscar, but I don't know how well it's working for me. So we will see that. But those are early test screenings. That's not great to hear. All right, so we have Smash Machine for auteur director. Jack, going over to you. What are you drafting for your first choice?
So if we're all going to do auteur director,
it's your choice. You can take it whatever category you want.
Oh yeah, well screw it. I'm going to do the same thing because I think I have a winner chicken dinner here. I'm going to go with Sentimental Value by Joachim Trier.
Okay.
This is a movie that we're supposed to see next week. The first movie we're supposed to see at Toronto.
Yes.
The reactions from like Cannes is through the roof. I'm extremely confident in this movie. I know it's going to be like pretty damn good. And yeah, like it's from the director who did The Worst Person in the World from a couple years ago. And that film was amazing. So I don't really have anything else to say about that. I think it's like a perfect choice for me.
All right. As probably the only person here who has seen that movie, I will say that movie was very, very good. Very, very good. Did not make my top 10, but is excellent. I also did not see Worst Person in the World yet. I need to, but I'm very, very impressed by this movie. I'm very, very excited to see it. So yeah, and yes, we are seeing it. I'm very excited to see it again. The same way that Dustin was able to see the Eisenberg movie earlier, I was able to see Sentimental Value early. So I'm going to be very excited to see how that plays on a big screen. So. Yeah, behind the scenes. But it's been what, 2 days, 3 days? We're fine. We're good. They're not monitoring YouTube streams. They only care about it if you post on it on social media and Letterboxd, so we're good there. All right, so that is your choice. Sentimental Value for the category of auteur director. Luke, moving over to you. What is your first choice? Are you going to break the trend? Are you going to draft in another category?
I am going to break the trend. I'm going to venture into the horror thriller genre.
Okay.
I'm going to go for one of the Richard Bachman adaptations we're getting this year, and it's an American's Worst Nightmare. You have to walk somewhere instead of drive somewhere. So I'm going for The Long Walk, coming out in 2 weeks, I think. So we've heard very good things from the early screenings. They're even setting up walking screenings. We have to walk the whole time, which is very, very fun
I heard
gimmick.
about that.
I do that. I definitely do that.
I would love to attend that.
Yeah, that sounds fun, honestly.
But yeah, it's going to be proper harrowing dystopian movie, I think. So
Luke,
that's my first pick.
Luke, I got a question. Are you going to go to the screening where you can have to walk at 3 miles per hour if you get off?
You don't get that here,
Damn, that blows.
Oh, man. And it's not every American's worst nightmare. It's just most because, in case you haven't noticed, that almost the entire continent of Europe could fit inside of, the entire country of the USA. So when you take into account how much more space there is, it's a lot more that we have to walk. But yeah, I am very much looking forward to this movie. It's Francis Lawrence's Stephen King's Hunger Games before he does his next Hunger Games movie. So this is going to be interesting to see.
I read the book for that. In the book, it's actually 4 miles an hour, not 3. They lessened it for the movie because 4 mile an hour is tough, man, to walk quickly. It's a huge difference between 4 and 3. Huge difference.
It really makes a difference. All right, Dustin, swinging the mic over to you.
All right. Tell me the categories one more time. I apologize.
Blockbuster, horror thriller, auteur director, Oscar contender,
wild card. Okay. Auteur director, Marty Supreme. Got to do it.
That's a December release.
It counts.
It's
It counts.
We're going to the
it's
end
the
of
last 4 months we're
Yep,
doing.
It counts. We're doing September through December. That's the rule. And it's limited release as well, unless it opens wide. USA rules, baby. USA rules.
Yep.
Forgive me for the fall in the title of the stream.
No, I thought The Long Walk was a cool first
Fall
pick, but
movie
whatever.
season, September through December.
But Marty Supreme,
I know.
because the Safdies are the future and they make awesome movies. This is a really peculiar true story as well. Also a sports biopic of sorts about a real life ping pong prodigy from the 40s and 50s. And yeah, he's taking liberties with this story, but it's going to be one of the most interesting films from this year for sure. And it's another movie where Timothée Chalamet can stretch his muscle. I don't believe he's going to win for this. I think they're going to let him wait like they did with Leo, but we'll see. I am beyond excited for the supporting cast in this. We got the director Abel Ferreira, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Tyler the Creator, Fran Drescher, Odessa Zion, who's so hot. Can't wait. Yeah.
This is going to be a good one, to say the least. So just to go based off of that as well. So we have, again, in those categories. So we have Luke took The Long Walk in horror thriller, and then Dustin takes Marty Supreme from Josh Safdie, the other half of the Safdies, for auteur director. And we are winding it down. Pat, bringing it over to you. What is your first draft choice?
All right, I'm gonna try to steal something and put it in the blockbuster category because I don't know, it just seems like the idea to do going last. So I'm gonna take the far worse second act in this musical, which was Wicked, and I'm gonna put that in blockbuster instead of awards. And I'm not exactly. I didn't really love the first one, but except for Ariana Grande, who I was like least looking forward to in it. I thought she was the best part about it. But yeah, I'll take Wicked. Was it Wicked for Good?
Yeah,
Terrible
Wicked
title,
for
but I'll
Wicked
take
for
it.
Good is the one, so they can avoid the part
That's
one,
my-
part two of it all.
Yeah, so that's in blockbuster. I'm taking that, not awards.
Yeah, that one's going to be an interesting one only because famously, so obviously again, when they made the decision to adapt Wicked, they did both acts of the musical into two separate movies, and the second act is a lot less like than the first act. The first act is where you get all the iconic moments, the iconic songs and everything. Second act is basically where it's like, oh, we've basically become like a Wizard of Oz prequel with a lot of retcons in it. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt that as well. But honestly, I think it's a very smart choice taking that at Blockbuster because I mean, it is going to be one of the highest grossing movies of the fall. So that is definitely going to qualify for a Blockbuster. So just to go over our round one draft picks again. So I've drafted one battle after another for auteur director Paul Thomas Anderson. Mac drafted Smashing Machine, auteur director for Benny Safdie. Jack drafted Sentimental Value, auteur director Joachim Trier. Luke drafted The Long Walk for horror thriller. Dustin drafted Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie for auteur director, and Pat drafted Wicked for Good in blockbuster. So now, since we are going snake style, we are going it back around. So starting again with you, Pat, since we are doing snake style, back to you. So what is your second draft pick?
All right, I will go back to auteur, and I'm going to take Die My Love, Lynn Ramsey, with Robert Pattinson, Jennifer Lawrence. Could have taken this in awards because it should be expecting both of them to be up there, but I know Lynn Ramsey's pretty singular, so I'm going to go with that one.
All right, good choice. Good choice. I'm hoping that this one doesn't slide under the radar. I'm hoping that Jennifer Lawrence can maybe get some attention, some awards love for this. But yeah, I feel like Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like everybody about this movie is just sliding under the radar, under the piling of all the big things. Which I mean, Lynn Ramsey is one of the absolute best. I mean, You Were Never Really Here is still kind of ingrained in my brain, unfortunately, for how that one, for just the effects that one had. So this is the first of I think 3 projects that she had announced. So I'm interested to see because again, this is one of those movies I have no idea what's going to happen in it, and I'm really excited to see it in general. All right, so Die My Love, your pick for auteur director. Dustin, bringing it back to you. What's your next choice?
All right, I didn't know we were going backwards. I forgot you said that. Honestly, I'm sorry. Gotta go awards contender. Gotta go Begonia, baby.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. This is just so, that first trailer was so duster coated because of the Green Day Basket Case song. Oh my God. Can't wait. But it's Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone, looking like another, like she just keeps topping herself. She looks incredible in this movie. Jesse Plemons looks amazing. I really am a fan of the movie it's adapting, Save the Green Planet, which I watched last year for the first time. Very good movie. I think this is going to top it. And I think this is going to be Yorgos' best movie, his craziest movie in like the grounded way. I don't really like the surrealist kind of Yorgos. I really like Poor Things a lot, but other than that, I'm not crazy about The Lobster and that kind of cynicality and the kinds of kindness. But this movie just seems like it's going to be focused, funny, dark, scary, and it has Stavros from Come Down in it. I can't fucking wait. Comedy's coming back, baby. Can't wait.
Oh man, Begonia. Long overdue for it to come back as well. Oh man, Begonia. Yeah, Yorgos, somebody who I have definitely had a more hit or miss relationship with than I originally thought, but he's been growing on me. He's been growing on me as time has gone on. I like Poor Things. I really like Kinds of Kindness, so I'm interested to see. I still have not seen the trailer for this. I've been purposely avoiding trailers for this because I just want to go in completely blind and be surprised by it. All right, so Dustin, your awards pick, Begonia. Bringing it back to you, Luke. What is your second pick?
Well, I'm looking at the list. We're kind of running out of blockbusters. Like that might be good, actually. So I'm gonna stretch the fall as we established. I'm going to go for indeed the Avatar 3 Fire and Ash.
Nice.
Damn it.
It's looking like the same as the last two, but it's such an experience going to those, and I will turn up to see Jake and Quaritch duke it out as many times as it takes. So Avatar for my blockbuster.
Yeah, it's like we keep saying, Luke. What is it that we said, that it's like the regular average moviegoers are like the best and worst things for movies or something like that?
Yeah, they supply most of the income, but they keep going to Disney live action remakes and to these terrible movies like Jurassic World, but they go to Avatar, so you get it right eventually. So.
Yeah, a broken clock is right twice a day, as we consistently like to say. But yes, Avatar Fire and Ash. I will admit this. I could do this to you, but I was very tempted to take this first in Blockbuster just to screw you over. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I decided to go the nice route, which I know is typically not the route that you're supposed to go with these things. All right, so you have Avatar Fire and Ash in Blockbuster. Jack, bringing it back to you. What is your second draft choice?
So I'm gonna continue with Blockbuster. So I'm gonna go with Zootopia 2, if that makes total sense.
That counts.
Okay,
That counts.
good. Because it's gonna make a Billy. Like it's another $billion dollars for Disney. It's like an easy print money infinity glitch type of deal. And yeah, I feel confident in that, and I also feel confident that the movie's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna like get like the animated feature nomination, but who knows? I'm just down for it.
I think it'll get the animated feature nomination for sure. It's weird because like the Oscars are kind of hit or miss when it comes to animated sequels, because they nominated Ralph Breaks the Internet, but they did not nominate Frozen 2. Even though that, I believe, was one of Disney's 7 movies that came out in 2019 that grossed $1 billion. But Zootopia 2, I will admit, my relationship with Disney and Disney animated movies has become quite jaded in the last couple of years. However, Zootopia was one that I really, really enjoyed from their batch that they put out in the last 10 years, and I'm very, very excited to see what they're going to do for the second one, even if it is inevitably going to devolve into just probably more typical kid animal hijinks. So we'll see what happens there. So Zootopia 2 is your draft choice for Blockbuster. All right, Mac, bringing it back to you. What is your second draft choice?
So I'm going to go with Blockbuster, and this one's a sentimental pick for me because, guys, I've been waiting 15 years for another movie like this. I'm talking about Tron Ares, man. I love Tron Legacy.
Bet.
I am excited for Tron Ares. This is going to be my first Tron movie I'm seeing in theaters because I will be there opening night. A little scared. Jared Leto as a villain, could be hit or miss, but I think he fits into this world of Tron. I am excited to see what 9 Inch Nails brings to the soundtrack because Daft Punk probably has the greatest movie soundtrack of all time with Tron
there.
Legacy.
Definitely.
Yep.
I'm excited because seeing this in IMAX will probably be beautiful, and I'm really excited to see how the general public would feel about this because October is looking very stacked when it comes to movies like this. So Ares I'm hoping it's good. I know that maybe this will lead Disney to be more confident in Tron because we were supposed to get that Tron Legacy sequel, but they got Star Wars that said fuck that. But yeah, I'm going to put Tron Ares for Blockbuster.
Yeah, definitely. Mac, I'm going to make you really jealous. I did see Tron Legacy in theaters when it first opened, and the problem was I was 13, and I really enjoyed it, but it was like, at the time, I just thought it was like a lot of like bright lights and flashing visuals, and it took me until COVID to rewatch that movie 10 years after it was released before I realized, oh my God, this might be one of the greatest blockbusters ever created, because I don't remember the last time that I've seen a blockbuster on that level of a scale made by Disney that actually felt like it was the sole creative focus of one person. Legitimately cannot remember the last time that happened for me. So, but I'm very happy. Tron Ares has me worried for a lot of different reasons, namely the cast and the director, who I believe was one of the co-directors of the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So yeah, already not a whole lot of positive things for it, but obviously the 9 Inch Nails score is one good thing that this has going for it. So Tron Ares for you in Blockbuster, and then bringing it back to me. Oh man. Do I break the cycle or do I go with it? Do I break the cycle? Fucking who am I going with it? I'm going with a blockbuster, but I'm going with one that is definitely off the beaten path. One that unfortunately, may definitely be fucking over a couple of people on here, but it is one of my favorite franchises. I absolutely love this first movie. I have such fond memories of watching it in theaters. I'm not saying that this franchise is good, but it is just so much fun, and I cannot wait, especially considering the director who they're bringing in, Ruben Fleischer. We are bringing back the Four Horsemen. Now you see me.
No.
Now you don't. Goddamn
My
right.
wild
It's
card.
my blockbuster choice. That is my blockbuster choice.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
Yes,
let's see if
sir.
it pays off.
Oh man,
Right,
we will
yeah.
see. We will see. We shall see. Listen, this movie could bomb, and I don't care. I'm gonna be there opening fucking night.
You're the one person I've met that's actually like genuinely excited for this movie.
I am
Everyone is
so
like, "Oh
fucking
shit, I forgot."
excited for this
Yeah,
movie.
100%,
You don't
100%.
understand. You don't understand how excited I have been waiting for this movie. How long has it been since the last one? What, 2016? The shitty one with
not
Daniel
long
Radcliffe?
enough.
It's 8 years, 9 years, something like that. Listen, guys, you don't understand. Watching that first movie, this was one of my most watched movies that I saw when it came out in 2013. And also the fact that this was the biggest movie that Jesse Eisenberg did prior to Batman versus Superman should tell you something. This movie has the sauce. Yeah, Dominic Sess is good, but yeah, Ariana Greenblatt and Justice Smith, 50-50. But Rosamund Pike is going to be the bad guy, so there's that. I'm really, really excited for this movie. Now you see me, now you don't. All right, so bringing it back around, Mac, I hope you had your next choice ready, because we're going back to you. What are you drafting next?
Okay, so what categories do I got left?
So you have drafted Archer, Director, and Blockbuster. So that leaves Oscar Contender, Wild Card, and Horror Thriller.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with horror thriller. This one I think some people might have on their list, and I'm curious because it's time to see if he can put up or shut up. I'm gonna go with Chris Stuckman's Shelby Oaks.
All right, here we go.
He's been working on this movie for years, and early screenings were mixed. And they got some reshoots, so the trailer came out, and people say there's nothing really changed. So I'm curious to see this because his content shifted since he started making the movies, and Mike Flanagan's attached to this as a producer. They got a good cast with it, a good concept, and I'm just curious to see what it will be in theaters.
Oh man, Dustin, I know you're gonna have something to say about this. You gotta jump in for this one.
It looks mid. It looks really mid. I could be saying worse, but he made Julia. That's a pretty high bar to. Oh my God! If you really know the Chris Stuckman lore, you know what Julia is. Okay, all right.
The Zod snap neck thing. What was it? His Superman script. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Just so
the lore goes deep. The lore goes deep with Stuckman. It's like I feel like everybody in like film YouTube at some point is like got their beef with Stuckman. So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to witness, especially now. So I think the most surreal thing was seeing him on like the neon horror panel with it's like Osgood Perkins and fucking all those other like acclaimed directors. It's like Chris Stuckman sitting at the end. It's like I still don't know how I feel.
Well, it's like it's gonna be something where it's like, okay, he stopped doing negative film reviews, which I loved when he did that, and it's like,
me too, man.
And it's like your movie's coming out, so he has to know if this movie isn't good or like it gets bad reviews. He's got to like, okay, I understand this, stuff like that. Like, I don't want another Madam Web review where it's like, I'm not going to call this movie bad, but let's talk about the studios. Like, dude, come on, man. Yeah. Like, we get it. You're trying to get a good graces. It's like, you need to put up or shut up. That's what
exactly.
I have to say.
Like, he can't just label all like negative reviews as like film bashing and everything. That's a bad stigma to put against film criticism.
Yeah.
And that's just very hypocritical. He can't just like reduce everything to trolling. And if it's a bad movie, people should be honest about it. They shouldn't just be called bullies,
Yeah. But it makes his reviews like untrustworthy now because it's just all positive. It's
Exactly.
Like, I don't know
Exactly.
It's just
Yes. There's
it's
a reason.
going to like Jeremy Johns to get like a different opinion.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's
Just to
crazy.
get, like, well,
crazy.
But not hear something positive. I don't know.
Actually good now.
Yeah.
Weird.
Absolutely.
Yeah, better. Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah, it's insane how things have turned around as far as like, oh man, the trajectory of YouTube, of long YouTube film critics. It's absolutely insane. All right, Jack, bringing it back to you. Your third choice, your third draft choice.
Okay, so if we're doing horror, or if I'm gonna follow horror, I'm gonna go with Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro.
All right.
Yeah, this is another one we're seeing, or I'm seeing next week. So I'm really excited to check it out. I have super faith in del Toro, and I know he's gonna like cook another great period horror film.
I'm skeptical on this one. I am, because I have not been a fan of the last couple of Del Toro movies. I really liked his stop motion Pinocchio, but was not a fan of Nightmare Alley, was not a fan of Shape of Water. I have gone on record to say that is one of my least favorite Best Picture winners of all time.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, not a big fan of that one. So I mean, I'm happy that Oscar Isaac is in it. I'm sad that Andrew Garfield had to drop out in order to do After the Hunt, so they replaced it with Jacob Elordi. I mean, I like Jacob Elordi, but who would I prefer to see as the monster? Jacob Elordi or Andrew Garfield? It's
Jacob
like
Elordi's kind of bigger.
he's bigger, he's taller, he's more physically imposing, but just as far as who I would want to see, I would go Andrew Garfield. So I'm skeptical about this. But obviously, yes, Del Toro making a Frankenstein movie. Okay, yes, that seems perfectly coded towards him. But given his most recent track record, I'm skeptical, to say the least. But obviously, yes, I have hope. Yeah, Jack, I'm officially reserving my press pass tickets for Monday. So fingers crossed I get the Frankenstein screening. If not, well, we're going to see what happens there. All right, so that is your third draft choice, is Frankenstein. Luke, back over to you. What is your third draft choice?
Right. Looking at her filmography, I wouldn't really call Catherine Bigelow an auteur. It's mostly like military stuff.
Definitely.
But
She's an auteur, for sure.
Is she okay? We'll put her in auteur.
Nominee and winner. She's an auteur.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really entirely sure on the definition of auteur, but okay. Let's put the Netflix release, A House of Dynamite, in auteur. I mean, Rebecca Ferguson, missiles at the White House, and I mean, that's pretty much all I need to be locked in. So I'm hitting that on Netflix day one when it releases. It's probably gonna be a really good 3.5 out of 5 probably. But that's
it feels like a more polished White House
Expectations
Down.
are skyrocketed. Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my God.
I'm an enjoyer of White House Down, and this is
man.
maybe a more modern take on
Yeah,
it.
I was about to say real quick, which one is the better one, White House Down or Olympus Has Fallen?
Olympus Has Fallen. Come on.
I didn't finish Olympus Has Fallen, but
man.
White House Down it was fun. There's Roland Emmerich. I love Roland Emmerich.
As Luke is struggling of things to say, as I've said on previous podcasts, Roland Emmerich's nihilism towards humanity has to be studied, because 2012 was one of the most entertaining bad movies I've ever
Listen,
seen.
that movie's a documentary. That scared the shit out of me. I thought that was gonna happen. I thought the movie
I was there. I was there
happen.
with you, Mac. I was waiting.
Oh my
on the
God,
day.
it's still one of my most embarrassing stories ever. I literally somebody me and a girl that I knew at the time made a pact to I would lose my virginity if 2012 actually happened, and then it never happened. It's one of the most embarrassing stories I've ever told on here, and it continues to just get better every single time. Oh no, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. All right, so Luke, your choice, A House of Dynamite. Dustin, bringing it back to you. What is your third choice?
All right. I'm going to do horror. And I'm surprised this has been left on the table, but I'm going him.
Nice.
I got to do him. This movie looks awesome. And if I'm being reduced to do categories, I have to do him, because come on, Marlon Wayans looks awesome in what may be a career best performance. Like, he looks, I've heard early word, not that I believe it, but he's supposed to be the best villain since Anton Chigurh.
Okay, let's.
Yeah,
okay,
I know that's
hold up a second. Wait a minute.
That's what I mean. Just what I've heard. Not that I believe it, but yes, I can't wait. And it looks stylistically awesome. It's not a Jordan Peele movie. He just produced it. But Justin Tipping, he did this indie called Kicks, which was pretty good, about 8 years ago. And yeah, this looks way more experimental and just really really cool looking. And Tyreek Withers from that one episode of Atlanta, he's an actor who definitely shows a lot of promise. And he was like one of the bright spots in the I Know What You Did Last Summer remake, which was ass. But this looks awesome. It has Jim Jeffries in it too, one of my favorite stand-up comics. And can't wait. Yeah, this looks fucking cool.
You know what I've seen about him actually that's kind of been working for his marketing? I've been talking to some of the normies who don't go to movies like us, like we're not all like nerds and stuff. They all think it's a Jordan Peele movie. And that's what's bringing them like, oh, I'm excited for the new Jordan Peele movie. I'm like, no, he's just producing it. They go, what? I was like, yeah, this isn't his movie. And it's like, I've seen that's how people are they're getting people saying like, oh, Jordan Peele, put his name on it. I think that's how they're getting a lot of their traction.
No, he was like a producer on it though. So I think he had like a lot to do with the production, but yeah.
No, I think this is going to be, it's going to be like cultural for Black people. Like it's going to be another Sinners moment. Hopefully
better. Know. But I like Sinners too, but I this looks like more like an original, like gutsy movie for me, but maybe that's
sports and horror.
Yep.
Sports and horror. Yes.
No, the concept is cool. It's like just taking like the athletes today and what they go through, and then just turning it completely like exaggerating it to horror is like it's a good idea.
Yeah. Plus Marlon Wayans doing his best Dennis Hopper from Blue Velvet thing with the inhaling of whatever that stuff is. I'm very, very excited to see where this is going to go. It's one of those instances where every time I saw the trailer for like, 'cause we saw like 3 movies together this past weekend. Every time I saw the trailer for each one of them, I was just like, oh man, I'm just getting like more and more tense and excited for it every time I saw it. So yeah. So Dustin, that is your horror thriller choice for him. All right, Pat, bringing it back to you. What is your third draft choice?
All right, I'm gonna go to horror, and I'm going to. I'm hoping this is gonna be good. I'm gonna take Good Boy.
All right,
nice. It got expanded. Everyone cares about it is if the dog dies or not. That actually got the movie a wide release. People looking that up, I think, just specifically.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
It works.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't a Skinamarink thing. Which I didn't hate that movie, but like I'm hoping it's not that, because then that'll be a restless audience when I go see that. I don't want to deal with that. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping for the best anyway.
Yeah. Hope for the assume the worst, hope for the best. But yeah, Good Boy. Yeah, this is another one that again I have watched absolutely no footage for, because I'm like I can't. I'm like that's pulling on it too much. I'm like, again, it's the typical rule of not just horror but with movies in general. You can drop hundreds of thousands of human bodies, but the minute that somebody goes to hurt an animal, you're like, oh no, that motherfucker's gotta go. So yeah, I'm like, I just need to go in absolutely cold, because I can't risk knowing if anything bad is gonna happen to that poor puppy. All right, so we each have 3 draft choices. So Dustin, bringing it back to you for draft choice number 4. What have you got? You've got auteur director, you've got awards, and a horror thriller. No. It's going around. It's going around, back around. So back to you.
Okay, man. All right. So I want to do Blockbuster, but I don't know if you're going to allow this.
Well, what's the choice first, and then we'll hear it.
Wake Up Dead Man.
That counts. That counts for Blockbuster.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because
cool.
It's funny actually, because me and Pat were actually talking about this.
Yeah.
It's the Netflix of it all. It's literally the Netflix is the only reason why. Because if this was going to theaters, this would be considered a Blockbuster. So
yeah, I got to do Wake Up Dead Man, because I only have so many choices. It was either this, Springsteen, or Good Fortune but that's just more wishful thinking, because I hope that's a huge hit. But because I think it looks good. But yeah, I got to do Wake Up Dead Man, because Glass Onion really rocks, and I really dug that movie, and I liked it way more than Knives Out. So, and he just keeps getting cooler with the casts. Like, this cast looks even more interesting than the last cast. So we'll see. I want to see like a full trailer for it. I was kind of apprehensive to put it on here just because of that, but yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, solid choice. This one is what's it called? I think this could have the potential to be the best Knives Out movie yet. It's my favorite cast of the batch. It seems most interesting. It seems to have like a religious angle too. I think Josh O'Connor and Andrew Scott are playing priests in this one. Again, Thomas Hayden Church, Glenn Close, Mila Kunis, Daryl McCormick, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin. I'm very Kerry Washington. I'm very, very excited for this. And literally, no, you were right, because Pat and I were literally having this discussion where it's literally the Netflix of it all is the only reason why this is not being considered. But the way that I get around that is, okay, it may not be opening wide in theaters, but Netflix paid what, $400 million, something like that, for the rights to the 2 Knives Out sequels. The first one, yeah, was a big hit, but I'm saying like in terms of like the amount of money that Netflix invested into not only this, but this one and Glass Onion for the rights to it. So yeah, this one definitely counts and qualifies as a blockbuster. So Luke, bringing it back to you. What is your fourth choice as the only one that has consistently broken the cycle every time? You have Oscar potential and wild card left.
Yeah, I'm running out of movies that I recognize or know something about. So we're gonna leave the Oscar contender for a problem for future me. We'll go to the wild card. And Dom, ever since you told me about this movie, and then the trailer came out, Roofman has had my interest.
Nice, I love it. I
So
love it.
One.
Well, it's based on a true story about the guy who lived in a Toys R Us or something, and it's Channing Tatum, and that's all I need. I think it's
All
going
you
to be
need to
great.
know.
We're probably not going to get it here. We might get it. It hasn't popped up on the site yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. I just hope it's as absurd as the premise promises. So
Yeah.
that's my wild card.
That real story is actually like fucking wild. Like, don't read about it because they'll spoil it. But it's just after you watch it, read the real story, and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Jack, I know you haven't been hot on this one, watching this one at TIFF, but I am very. If I get the chance to see this at TIFF, I am fucking bouncing on it. I cannot wait to see this.
I'm hot on it, but it wasn't my like first choice movie. But I love the director's other movies, so I'm like totally down with it. It's just that like it wasn't like my first pick at TIFF.
Oh wait, hold on, what was that?
Channing, Jesus Christ. Channing Tatum's getting the award Amy Adams did, and Coleman Domingo the year prior. Like, he's getting the acting award. They announced that a couple days ago for Roofman at TIFF.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know if it's gonna like directly towards like an Oscar nomination, but I hope it works out.
Yeah, I think the trailer has been misleading. Like, I think the real story is more like depressing and dramatic, because I remember like when this was happening, and that was like one of the stories, the news stories I was following. So like, yeah, I can't wait. I hope Channing Tatum gives like a career best in this, and it's Derek C. in France, so I don't think it's going to be as slapsticky. It'll probably be his funniest movie, but I think, or most lighthearted movie for sure, and accessible for a crowd, and it's Paramount too. So it's kind of a big studio movie. So that's crazy for C in France, but he has a great track record so far. Everything he makes is bangers. Blue Valentine, the Mark Ruffalo show on HBO, Place Beyond the Pines. Yeah, good pick, Luke.
Only misfire
Thank you.
so far has been Light Between Oceans, but yeah, Luke, that's awesome. That actually makes me really happy that you put this in wild card. That's fucking great. All right, so Jack, bringing it back to you. What is your fourth choice?
So what were the other two categories? I'm trying to
So
look
you
through.
have Oscar contender and wild card left.
Okay, so Oscar contender, I'm gonna throw. It's not really like a wild card, but I feel like it's starting to bubble up, especially like the reviews that came out yesterday. I'm going for No Other Choice by Park Chan-wook for my Oscar pick. Yeah, I'm a major
Bastard,
Park
you
Chan.
bastard! I was gonna take that for my Oscar
Yeah, right.
choice.
Yeah, no, I know. I can see it in your eyes. But yeah, man, like I love Park Chan Wook. He's been like at a high for like the past couple films, and I am highly like in for his new film, No Other Choice, which is basically just about like a businessman who loses his job and he's trying to find a job and he can't get a job. So you know what? He just starts to kill all of his competitors, Parasite style. And yeah, from what I've been hearing, it's kind of like a mixture of like Parasite, some of the other stuff that Park Chan Wook has been doing, like with like Old Boy and like the Vengeance trilogy. But there's also like a goofy, like hilarious angle to it. And yeah, like I'm just really excited to see it next week. I hope it's really good. I know it's going to be good. So
man.
yeah.
I'm trying my hardest to restrain myself because I think that's the first choice that like I actually genuinely wanted. Like everything else I was like kind of okay with like giving to everyone else, but that's the first choice that I like genuinely really want. That I'm like fuck, especially because you know how hard I've been ranting and raving about. Like of all the movies that we're gonna see at TIFF, that is the one where I'm like I need to see that one. Like I need to see a new Park Chan Wook movie at a film festival. God damn it. I hate it. But also again that's the draft. That's how it works. All right, Matt, going over to you. What is your fourth choice? You have Oscar contender and wild card left.
So I'm going to go with wild card because I have to really think about Oscars. This is a movie where I didn't really like the last entry in the series. I'm going to go on a limb. The only good one we've had is since like the 80s, and that's going to be Predator's Badland.
Okay.
I didn't like Prey. I thought it was a bit overhyped. Like it was fine and better than Predators back in 2018. But it's unique that we're going to be following a predator and a AI robot on this journey they're going to go on. And I mean, it looks visually like awesome. It actually looks really cool. But I'm just curious to see like if that's going to do well, because I feel like Prey did better because it was Hulu. And people were like, oh, it's a new Predator movie and it was unique to the Predator franchise. So it's going to be interesting to see how Predator does back in the theaters. The last Predators movie was the Shane Black one. That didn't do well. So, Prey came off good. So let's see if Predator Badlands can keep up the success in theaters.
Yeah, I am skeptical about this movie. I do think it looks better than Prey. You are correct, because I watched the first 30 minutes of Prey and I'm like, this sucks, and I turned it off. I'm like, I already suffered through fucking The Predator back in 2018, and that was less said
Shane
about
Black?
that one, the better.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing is that Shane Black is redeeming himself this year with his upcoming Mark Wahlberg movie, Play Dirty, which looks really fun. I think that looks lit. It'll be better than Predator Badlands. It'll be better than the Predator. That's all that matters.
It's not Nice Guys 2. I don't care.
No, I know. But like I said, I've said this is the Shane Black trajectory. Every other movie he gives us a really entertaining buddy cop movie that'll be really solid. So I have confidence in this one. The trailer looked really fun. The dialogue looked witty and biting like it usually does. My thing as far as why I'm interested in this Predator movie is because it's the first ever movie that we've seen from the perspective of the Predator, which up until this point has not been done. And also the fact that this is going to be continuing with the connections between the Alien and the Predatorverse. We also have Alien Earth streaming on FX right now. The fact that Elle Fanning is confirmed to be playing not just any android, but a Weyland-Yutani android, furthering the connections with the Alienverse. This furthers the theory that was talked about last year with the release of Alien Romulus, that Fede Alvarez and Dan Trachtenberg will be co-directing an up-and-coming Alien versus Predator movie. If that is the case, I am interested, but it's going to be down to this movie as far as whether it's going to sell me on the Predator half, because I'm already sold on the Alien half. All right, so that is your wild card. So if I'm not mistaken, I get, not only am I next, but I get 2 back-to-back choices here. So I have only my auteur director and my blockbuster, so I have 2 choices here. All right, so oh man, there's a bunch of different choices that I could go with here. Oh man. Here's the question. Here's the question. Do we think Sacrifice is going to qualify as horror? Could After the Hunt qualify in horror?
That did not look like a very scary movie to me.
Yeah,
none of those it's more of an action
sacrifices. Well, I'm gonna get my Oscar contender out of the way first. I'm gonna do that first, and for that one, I am going with not too many choices left. Ooh, man. I know what I'm going with for my Oscar contender. It's funny because it's actually funny for me going with this one because I was not really that big of a fan of this guy's last 2 movies, but I gotta say, I'm like, oh, so this is his his Leaving Las Vegas meets meets The Gambler. I am going with for my Oscar contender, Ballad of, if I can fucking type it right, Ballad of a Small Player, the next movie from Edward Berger. Which, again, movie that I did not have that many expectations for. I really, really did not. And, it's Colin Farrell. He's gambling in Vegas. He's struggling to catch up on his debts. It looks insane. It looks cokey. It looks crazy. I'm like, okay, this could be Edward Berger finally making a movie. Because up until this point, Edward Berger has just been that director who screams, oh, he's the guy who makes Oscar movies. He makes movies that are kind of made to win Oscars. So I'm like, okay, like Conclave was good. It was fine. I didn't love it. I didn't see his All Quiet on the Western Front movie because the problem with that movie is by the time that movie came out and by the time it started getting nominated for Oscars, I was kind of already checked out of the year. I reached a certain point in the year where I'm like, okay, I've seen enough movies. I'm kind of checked out, even if I miss like 1 or 2. But this one looks interesting. It looks good. It could potentially nab Colin Farrell an Oscar nomination, which could be pretty cool. So that qualifies it. So I'm going with that one, Ballad of a Small Player. And then for my next choice. Let me see here.
We'll say I am just watching trailers of Oscar contenders right now, trying to find something.
Oh man. Ooh.
He's struggling.
Oh man. No, I am struggling. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, do I take that one in wild card? Do I take the one in wild card? Okay, I think I know which one I'm going with. I think I know which one I am going with. Hold on, I just had it. Let me find it again. Thriller. Oh man. Oh, you think it qualifies? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with an interesting one. So for my horror thriller, this is technically more on the thriller side, but like I said, I like the weird ones. I like the small ones. I'm going with this one again. It's not really. I don't know. Does Eternity count? You think for a horror thriller?
No.
Damn it.
Rom-com.
Damn it. All right. Fine. Fuck it. I almost had
What
one.
was it?
Eternity, which is neither of those things.
Miles Teller one.
Oh, that's a comedy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a drama comedy, whatever.
Yeah,
damn
it's not. It's not a
God
horror
damn
movie,
it.
buddy.
I don't know genres, guys. I'm sorry. Oh man. All right, fuck it. I'm going after the hunt for horror thriller. So yeah, that qualifies. All right, so Luca Guadagnino. This is what's it called? This is a guy who my whole thing is every other movie of his I have really loved. I love Bones and All. I loved Queer. That made my top 10 of this past year, and I really loved his remake of Suspiria. So this is a movie starring Julia Roberts, Andrew Garfield, and Ayo Edebiri. As I believe it's going to be basically like it's another like cancel culture thing. Basically where Ayo Edebiri stumbles upon like the fact that, oh, Andrew Garfield has been like, harassing and sleeping with different women. And then she goes to Julia Roberts, who's like this respected college campus professor. And she's basically like, so? And then the movie goes from there. I'm going to be interested to see if this one is going to slot more into the prior ones that I really enjoyed or the challengers and Call Me By Your Names, which are the ones that everybody else loved, that mainstream people loved, that I was just like, I thought it was okay. So those are going to be my two choices. Ballad of a Small Player for Oscar contender, and then After the Hunt for horror thriller. So with that being said, we each only have, I believe, one choice left. And the majority of you guys, it is wild card, including myself. So Matt, going over to you. Actually, yeah, going over to you for your Oscar contender. You're the one person that that has not picked this one yet. So Mac, what is your Oscar contender?
So this is another sentimental pick. It won't get an Oscar or anything, but I'm hoping it gets award season, and that's going to be the last installment of Downton Abbey. I'm definitely gonna. I love Downton Abbey. My mom's finally watching it after begging her for years to watch it, and I think that considering the last two films were really good, I'm hoping that this manages to close the trilogy and kind of ends the franchise for now, paying respect to Maggie Smith, who passed away as well too. I think it's going to have some strong performances. I at least hope it gets nominated for production because those movies look visually pleasing with the production design. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a sleeper pick for the Oscar season, or at least award season.
All right, we shall see if that gets any nominations. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe any of the previous Downton Abbeys have gotten any Oscar consideration. This is what, their third movie that they've done so far since the conclusion of the series 10 years ago, something like that. I'm like, man, who knew Downton Abbey was such a who knew that Downton Abbey was such a beloved property? It's that show that my grandma brings up every time. She's like, you should watch it, and I'm like, when I'm your age, maybe I will. Maybe. Jack, your final choice. You have wild card left. What's it going to be?
Okay, so I just really scrolled down around Wikipedia just to see what are the Christmas movies that are coming out. Because usually Christmas time is that's where everybody goes out to see a movie on Christmas Day. I know Marty Supreme is the big prime, Christmas movie, but I usually also look for something that's going to be a counter programming movie where it spills over to other people. But I'm gonna go with Anaconda, the remake.
Nice.
Or I think, is it a remake? I'm not sure if it's a.
It's a remake.
It's a remake.
Yeah,
I think the original movie exists in the universe of the movie.
Yeah. So I've seen the original movie before, and I like some parts of it, but it's also kind of goofy. But it seems like this one they're actually gonna take the the comedy elements of the original movie and ramp it up with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. So I'm in for that. I'm totally down for that. So I think it's a really good choice for this pick for this wild card pick, and also at the same time a really good like counter programming movie for the Christmas time, because I think it will probably spill over for some people who see Marty Supreme and be like, oh, I want to see another movie today. Let's go check out Anaconda. So yeah, I think that works out.
Yes, indeed. Good counter programming. It usually works for the most part. It's the reason why that one Tina Fey, Amy Poehler movie did so well when it opened opposite The Force Awakens. Good counter programming. It works. That one, exactly. Knew you would remember the name of it. All right, Luke, going over to you. Your final choice, Oscar contender. What's it gonna be? There's still a couple that are left on the board that you haven't that haven't been scooped up yet.
Well, I don't think Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is going to be making any headlines
No.
at the Academy Awards. So I just
That'll make
looking
money.
at oh yeah,
They will make money.
that's a Christmas Day movie that you can go to
Yep.
for sure. But I will go with Variety is predicting her for Best Actress. So I'll go with If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, starring
Nice.
Rose Byrne.
Interesting choice.
Just watching the trailer, it looks like a wacky good time. Conan O'Brien is like a creepy therapist, which is perfect. So yeah, I can't wait. Again, I can't wait to see that on my laptop in January.
All right, that's gonna be awesome. That's a good choice. I'm a fan of that one. It's weird because immediately I got vibes of her Apple TV Plus show, Physical, just because again, like kind of similar vibes, not exactly the same subject matter, but similar vibes to it. So that's why. But I am interested in this one, to say the least. Conan is the therapist was the thing that sold me. I particularly enjoyed that. All right, so that is your fifth choice that you are all drafted up. Dustin, bringing it back to you, your wild card choice. What's it gonna be?
All right. I'm not picking it, but there's still there's a big one still being left. I'm wondering if Dominic's going to choose it, but I'm doing Is This Thing On for wild card. I got to. And I think I have the best five. I don't care. This is just a varied list from my end. And Will Arnett looks like he's going to absolutely destroy. I think he might be the Oscar surprise this year in terms of nominations. Like, I think he might get in. Maybe, like, at least for a screenplay credit nomination. And Bradley Cooper, I think this is definitely the type of movie he needed to do after Maestro. This looks down to earth, funny, real. I love Will Arnett's little voice crack at the end of the trailer. It looks like one of the most human movies I've seen in a while. And I think it's going to be very refreshing. And there's going to be a lot of cool New York comics in this. This is a subject matter I'm very interested in, obviously. But yeah, it just looks completely refreshing. And I just can't wait for it. And it just looks really good.
All right, awesome. So you are all drafted up as well. All right, Pat. So bringing it back to you, that just leaves your final two choices for Oscar contender and wild card, and then I have my final wild card choice, and then we are all drafted up.
All right, Oscar contender. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this because I watched the trailer on mute. I have no idea how it's said, but I think it's Anemone. I'm not sure. It's
Anemone.
Anemone. There we go. Whatever.
Anemone.
Yes.
Anemone.
Yeah. It mostly looks like, I know it had some other weird shit, but it mostly looks like a two-hander with Day-Lewis and Sean Bean, and I'm like, yeah, that works. Sean Bean probably end up dead. Yeah. Anything that gets Day-Lewis out of retirement is a potential Oscar.
Yep. In this case, his kid, but
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. And then wild card. It was down to two sequels. I'm gonna go with Spinal Tap 2.
nice.
The wild card, yeah.
Nice.
Because I got it.
I mean, yeah. It's the classic.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So
yeah.
Spinal Tap 2 and Anemone for your true choice. I love it. I cannot wait to read these drafts after the fact. This is going to be one of the most fascinating things that has been produced on the Talkin TV podcast. All right. So you all each have your five, except for me. Back to me. Oh man, the last one, my wild card. I mean, I definitely have the worst of all these because literally, like, the rest of you like went with like, oh, we're gonna go for actual good movies, and I pulled a Van Lathan and like, I'm just going for movies that like I want to watch that like look interesting to me. Oh man, what's it gonna be? Oh, I still have a lot of options. I have a lot of options. Oh my god, how do I run this down? Play Dirty, Big Full Beautiful Journeys. Yet nobody drafted the Springsteen movie. That's what's interesting. Mac, you had an easy one for Oscar contender, and you went with the Downton Abbey one. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. Jay Kelly was not drafted by anybody. No Testament of Ann Lee. Oh man. I can't
I don't know about Ann Lee because there's no
because
release
the
date.
Toronto premiere. I can't go with Easy's Waltz because that one's probably not coming out until next year. So unfortunately, I can't go with that one. Okay, real quick. I want to throw this out there before I potentially consider this. Do we think that the Christy Martin biopic with Sydney Sweeney, do we think that's coming out this year? Mac, you say no.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Oh man.
Let's see.
So Jack, what do we? So Jack, we don't think Christie's coming out this year?
It's probably coming out later this year. I mean,
Oh, so you think it will?
You think so? All right.
I think it will because they're still gonna push like Sydney Sweeney as a thing.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know who's the distributor for it.
It doesn't have a distributor yet. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the worry. It's a black production, but it doesn't have a distributor yet. Is the thing.
I have a feeling Netflix might pick it up because
really,
they picked up his last movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
The King.
Right, The King. That's right.
And they do have Frankenstein, but also I feel like Wake Up Dead Man's only like an adapted screenplay thing.
Right. See, my worry is that Netflix is going to put all their power behind Frankenstein and Jay Kelly, and so I don't know if they have room for a third that they could. And Ballad of a Small Player, obviously. For
I feel like Jay Kelly
Colin
now
Farrell,
is just going to be like actor
if,
only.
But Dominic, what if Christie really pops at TIFF and then Netflix picks it up like Jack says, and then they make that their priority over Frankenstein and Jay Kelly?
Then I know, but then yet again, it's like a boxing movie, and like every year, like there's a boxing movie at like TIFF.
Yeah, but this is a lesbian boxing movie, okay? That's
really?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
Lit up.
Yeah.
See, the people light up when you say that.
Oh
Okay.
no, I just saw it was just like a biopic about like a famous boxer. So
It
it's
is
just like, all right, bet.
It is that, but she's a lesbian. Yeah,
Oh.
you guys have to watch the Netflix documentary on Christy Martin, okay? And
Okay,
and then tell me you're not excited for this movie. And this is Ben
Okay.
This is Ben Foster's big push too. People are forgetting that he's overdue for an Oscar nom as well. So
okay,
yes.
I'm going cold. So I'm not gonna watch that, but I'm gonna go cold.
All right. So that's it.
Is this at a film festival? Is this
Yeah,
already
premiering
going to
at
something?
Toronto.
Oh, it is. All right.
Yeah,
then
no,
never
it's
mind.
premiering
Yeah,
at
then it'll
Toronto.
get- Yeah. Then I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
because
I didn't
the
realize
thing is that would be my. But the only problem too is that again, I feel bad because Sydney Sweeney again. What an interesting year it has been for her. We can just talk about that for a second. Between the whole Sydney Sweeney has great genes, and the fact that both the movies that she's been in that premiered this summer bombed hard. One of which was actually pretty good. One of which was
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
I was wondering when that was going to come up. But what's it called? One of which bombed hard. One of which was actually pretty good, but also bombed hard. Americana was solid. Eden sucked. But it's going to be interesting because, again, Hollywood is, for obvious reasons, trying to push her really hard. But, like, still don't know if she has the juice because she has more misses than hits. And, again, not a lot of that is her fault. But it's really one of those things where I'm like, could they make one last push? So it's like it really is 50-50. I don't know. Now, there's obviously one other obvious one that I kind of want to go with, but I don't know if I should. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take a big swing. It may come out this year. It may not. Fuck it. We'll go with it. I'm going with Christy for my wild card because it is a true wild card. It is a true wild card. And I was going to go with Play Dirty, but I'm like, you know what? Play Dirty is a movie that I know I'm going to go with. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, if there was ever a movie that should be a wild card in the sense of it doesn't have a distributor. We don't know if it's going to be a surefire hit. We don't know if it's even going to go anywhere. The story is hella interesting and fascinating. It has all of the right things that could make it, but we really, truly do not know the trajectory of where this movie is going to go. Especially considering that David Mekod, this director, also he shot a movie with Pete Davidson called Wizards that was supposed to come out 4 years ago. That still has not come out. That still has not come out. And I'm not.
I heard it's like a mess, like from people that I follow.
You think it's going to be a Mother Mary situation? That David Lowery shithouse that I saw that A24 is so scared to put out because they're like, Jesus, we can't have another front room situation. Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
I feel like
he was going alternate. I thought he was going to get back good. Sorry.
Nope.
I feel like it's going to be like Under the Silver Lake, where it's going to have its fans. It's like a stoner comedy.
Okay. But that makes me excited for it then. God
yeah,
damn
no, it makes me excited for it too because I like stoner comedies.
Oh man. All right. Well, All right. So with that being said, people, we have our draft order. I'm not going to make myself first. So I don't like making myself first. So yeah, we left a lot of movies on the board. We left off Jake Kelly. We left off the Springsteen movie. We left off Testament of Ann Lee. We left off Running Man. We left off we left off Sacrifice. We left off The Housemaid. We left off Hamnet. We left off a bunch of different movies. Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting draft to say the least. But Max, starting with you, your draft choices. So auteur director, you have Smashing Machine. Blockbuster, you have Tron Ares. In horror thriller, you have Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckman. Wild card, you have Predator, Badlands. And then Oscar contender, strange enough, it could get nominated, it could not. Downton Abbey, the grand finale. Jack, going over to you. Your choices. Auteur director, you have Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim Trier. Blockbuster, you chose Zootopia 2. Horror thriller, you chose Frankenstein. Oscar contender, you went with No Other Choice, fuck you again. And wild card, you went with Anaconda. I love these wild card choices. These wild card choices are fucking hysterical. Luke, going over to you. You were the only one, I give you credit, you were the only one to break the trend and actually draft in different categories. I really give you a lot of credit for that. In horror thriller, you went with The Long Walk. Blockbuster, you went with Avatar, Fire and Ash. Auteur director, you went with House of Dynamite, directed by Catherine Bigelow. Wild card, you went with Roofman. And Oscar contender, you went with If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Potential Best Actress nomination for Rose Byrne. Dustin, your 5 choices. Your auteur director, Marty Supreme. Josh Safdie. Awards contender, Begonia. Horror thriller, you went with him. Blockbuster, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. And then wild card, Is This Thing On? Pat, your choices. Your blockbuster, you went with Wicked for Good. Auteur director, Die My Love, Lynn Ramsey. Horror thriller, you went with Good Boy. Oscar contender, you went with Anemone, directed by Roman Day-Lewis, I believe is his name, and Daniel Day-Lewis' son. And wild card, you went with Spinal Tap 2. And then my 5 choices, I easily have the worst one of all of these, but that's fine. Like I said, I didn't go with movies that I necessarily thought were going to be great. I went with movies that I really wanted to see. My auteur director, One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson. My blockbuster choice, my most anticipated blockbuster for the fall, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, or as we have said, Now You 3 Me. My Oscar contender, I went with Ballad of a Small Player. My horror thriller, I went with After the Hunt. And my wild card, the ultimate wild card of all the wild cards, I went with Christy, the Christy Martin biopic. So with that being said, that is our draft. I will be posting these on X, on Facebook, on all the different places. You guys can go and vote on them. You guys can do whatever you want. This wasn't exactly like a competition to see who had the best one. This is mostly just to kind of give a shout out, a highlight to the upcoming fall movies and see, well, which ones get remembered, which ones get nominated, which ones kind of go nowhere. But regardless, this is a fun time. Glad you guys were all able to join me for this. So going around the table and wrapping this up, Luke, where can the good people follow you on the interwebs?
They can follow me at Luke Reviews on YouTube, where I post my annual top 10 movies of the year. So hopefully some of these will be making it on there, because it's been a very 4 out of 5 year, as we've discussed with Dom. So we need some bangers here towards the end of the year.
We are in desperate need of it, to say the least. Pat, your first time ever coming on the podcast. Where can the good people follow you if you have any social media things you want to plug on here?
I mean, no, I don't really. I'm on Facebook. Find Dom. We're friends. Add me, whatever. I'll write reviews and stuff on there, but otherwise, no. So, thanks for having me, though, guys.
Of course, dude. Pat, we gotta have you, but we gotta have you back on. Like your thoughts are too micro specific and too entertaining for us to not have you back on. So you will definitely be back on at some point. Mac, oh man, Black All Star, I love it. Mac Movie Reviews. Where can the good people follow you on the interwebs?
You can find me on YouTube at Mac Movie Reviews, Instagram, same thing, TikTok, wherever you kids do your chat snaps and talk ticks, I'll be on there on Mac Movie Reviews.
You're not even that old. What are you talking about?
I'm 25. I'm uncle now, so it's downhill from here.
Except for Luke, we are all older than you. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, man, I'm older.
Jack, CEO of Sex, where can the good people follow you on the webs?
So you can follow me on YouTube, Swerve Master 18, SWERVEMASTER 18. Or you can also follow me on Letterboxd Swag Healy 123, Swag and Swahili 123. I make YouTube videos. I'm on Letterboxd. You can keep me posted and like updated with my Oscar predictions and just festival coverage as we get to Toronto next week and other festivals that I'm actually going to be attending, like New York Film Festival and my local film festival.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you can just follow me on those socials. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for having me here.
Of course, dude. Of course, anytime. And hopefully, obviously, we'll be seeing each other in a couple days at TIFF, and also hopefully see you at New York Film Festival as well. Dustin, the Duster, where can the good people follow you in the interwebs?
Mr. G Movie Reviews on YouTube and Dustin Mason on Letterboxd.
All right, you guys can follow me with everything going on at Movie Nerd Reviews across all platforms, at Official Talkin TV podcast across all platforms. Be sure to keep tuning in for more episodes of Lost Recap that myself and Luke are doing, as well as any fall movie reviews and any fun top 10 lists that will be coming up before the end of the year. But for myself and everybody on this panel, watch more fucking movies. We'll see you guys next time.